In recent years, the geopolitical landscape in Asia has shifted dramatically, and much of this transformation has centered around a growing military partnership between China and Russia. Through a series of joint military exercises within the framework of BRICS, China and Russia are sending a clear message. NATO's influence in Asia is being challenged like never before. These military drills involving cutting-edge technology and coordinated operations showcase the military strength and cooperative strategies of two major global players who are openly opposing Western influence in Asia. In today's video, we'll explore how these BRICS-aligned exercises between China and Russia have placed NATO on high alert, humiliated Western defense strategies in Asia, and reshaped power dynamics in one of the most volatile regions on the planet. For decades, NATO has maintained a strong presence in Asia through alliances with key regional partners like Japan, South Korea, and Australia. Although NATO is primarily a North Atlantic military alliance, its influence in Asia has grown, especially as the United States has sought to counter China's rise. NATO's involvement in Asia has mostly focused on joint exercises with regional allies, arms sales and military deployments aimed at deterring North Korea and balancing China's growing influence. For example, the U.S. maintains significant military bases in Japan and South Korea, while Australia has hosted multiple high-level NATO-led exercises. Recently, NATO's focus on Asia has increased, with the organization citing China as a strategic challenge in its 2022 strategic concept, marking a major shift in NATO's operational outlook. However, as NATO expands its presence, China and Russia, two BRICS nations, have responded by strengthening their military cooperation. Through BRICS, they have conducted a series of joint military exercises that not only display their military might, but also aim to create a counterbalance to NATO's growing influence in Asia. BRICS, traditionally seen as an economic alliance, has evolved to include defense collaboration between its members. The increased frequency and intensity of military exercises conducted by China and Russia under the BRICS framework have caught the attention of NATO and the West. In recent years, China and Russia have conducted joint naval drills in the East China Sea, as well as aerial exercises in the Pacific. One of the most notable exercises took place in the Sea of Japan in 2023, where Chinese and Russian warships engaged in coordinated maneuvers and live-fire exercises. These drills have served as a demonstration of power, directly challenging the U.S. Navy's influence in the region. These exercises are often conducted close to sensitive areas such as Taiwan, the South China Sea, and the Korean Peninsula. By conducting operations near these strategic regions, China and Russia are not only enhancing their military coordination, but are also sending a direct message to NATO and its allies. BRICS nations have a stake in Asia's security landscape, and they will not allow Western forces to dominate the region unchallenged. The joint military exercises between China and Russia serve multiple strategic purposes. First, they enhance the interoperability of Chinese and Russian forces, enabling them to operate seamlessly in the event of a conflict. This interoperability is crucial, given that both nations have faced increasing pressure from NATO in recent years. For China, these exercises serve as an opportunity to test new military technologies and tactics in a real-world setting. With the South China Sea remaining a contested region, China uses these exercises to demonstrate its dominance and commitment to defending its territorial claims. For Russia, these exercises allow it to expand its military footprint in Asia, countering NATO's eastward expansion and securing its interests in the Pacific. Moreover, these drills reflect a shared commitment to a multipolar world order. Both China and Russia oppose the idea of a world dominated by a single superpower, particularly one aligned with NATO's objectives. Through BRICS, they are establishing a bloc that not only resists Western influence but actively promotes alternative global governance structures. The BRICS military exercises between China and Russia have left NATO in a difficult position. The joint exercises signal that NATO can no longer assume dominance in Asia without facing a credible challenge. Furthermore, the exercises are forcing NATO to reconsider its strategic priorities, as it now has to address both its traditional focus in Europe and its new interests in Asia. The United States, in particular, has responded by increasing its defense spending in the Pacific, boosting its military presence around Guam and deploying more troops to bases in Japan and South Korea. However, these responses come with limitations. For example, the US must carefully balance its commitments in Europe and Asia, especially given the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. As a result, NATO finds itself stretched thin, trying to counter threats in multiple regions simultaneously. In addition, some of NATO's Asian allies have expressed concern over the growing presence of Chinese and Russian forces near their waters. Japan, South Korea, and Australia have all increased their military budgets and are seeking stronger security ties with the United States. Despite these moves, the growing influence of BRICS military exercises continues to overshadow NATO's presence, demonstrating the limited reach of Western influence in the face of coordinated opposition from China and Russia. One of the most alarming aspects for NATO has been the level of technological sophistication displayed in recent BRICS military exercises. China and Russia have leveraged these exercises to showcase advanced weaponry and joint operational capabilities that directly challenge NATO's technological edge. During recent naval drills, China deployed its latest generation of guided missile destroyers and advanced submarines, while Russia tested its state-of-the-art hypersonic missiles. The presence of electronic warfare capabilities and cyber warfare units during these exercises indicates that both nations are prepared for modern, multi-domain conflicts that go beyond traditional warfare. This technological display is more than a mere show of force. It represents a direct challenge to NATO's technological superiority. By demonstrating capabilities such as hypersonic missiles and advanced electronic warfare tactics, China and Russia are signaling that they have the tools needed to counter NATO forces in a direct confrontation. The West can no longer assume that it has a monopoly on advanced military technologies. In conclusion, the joint military exercises between China and Russia within the framework of BRICS are reshaping the power dynamics in Asia. Through these coordinated efforts, BRICS nations are not only strengthening their military alliances, but also humiliating NATO's presence in the region. The technological advancements displayed during these drills, combined with strategic positioning in key areas, have made it clear that NATO's dominance in Asia is no longer guaranteed. As BRICS continues to assert itself as a formidable counterweight to Western influence, the global balance of power is shifting. NATO, in turn, faces the challenge of adapting to a multipolar world where it no longer enjoys uncontested superiority. The question now is whether NATO and its allies can respond effectively to this new geopolitical landscape, or if BRICS will continue to erode Western influence in Asia. What do you think? Will NATO adapt to these challenges, or is the balance of power in Asia irreversibly shifting in favor of BRICS? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on the ever-changing landscape of global power.